Have you been seeing the concerns or the complaints about why the Titan sub-tragedy got so much more apparent attention and resources than the ship that went down with all those migrants in Greece? Hundreds dead. I can't even give you a more accurate number than that because we don't know enough. There's so many still missing despite very little search activity. Are you one of those complaining? Do you want to know the answer as to why this is? Because I will tell you. You see, especially when it's about constant coverage, we are making a bet on what you will care about and what is confirmed on that bet through ratings, clicks, trending, or whatever metric matters most to the bosses in the moment. We pick winners and losers. We make choices about what and whom to care about. And not only do those choices not always reflect the virtue signaling many of us do about what we say we care about, but they often just reflect what we've decided to feel and believe about an issue or a group or a place in that moment. Vessels carrying migrants, they go down. Why? They're often overloaded and the vessels tend to suck. Happens often enough to not be a surprise. So a problem that is not new or novel or unusual gets discounted. The word migrant immediately processed through a lens of political division. It will drive interest or not. Anonymous. You go to the grouping of them against an us. Migrants are a them, and they're often not welcome where they're headed or where they left. A polarizing group, mostly nameless and faceless others, suffering a fate that many blame them for. And put on top of that, wasn't even happening here in America. Even those who say they do care will eventually suffer from what we call compassion fatigue. Why? Because it never ends. So many vulnerable, so many horrible situations, so many desperate for a better life. We ignored the latest migrant tragedy, even though there's solid reporting that the Greeks ignored the vessel's distress for hours. There's even a real question as to whether or not they lied about the ship being okay and not wanting help. In fact, we're only covering it now because there's this shame campaign, and some of us want to avoid blame. And when I say we, okay, right now, if you were to go and sample, I know we're never supposed to say that. We always pretend that like there's nobody else on but us. Come on, we're the insurgent. We're the new kid on the block. We know how much competition there is. But if you look around, you're not going to hear anybody saying what I'm saying right now. Why? Because we don't like to say things in the media that are bad for what we're doing in the media, okay? And be very clear. Many of those joining the hate parade about, the rich and the submarine and their recklessness and the outside coverage and concern and the classism and this, many of those same critics were as consumed as the rest of us in the heat of the story. Why? Because choices also change. And the media has to adjust, anticipate, participate, facilitate. So the idea of just give me the news. Well, what news? The celebrity and internet controversies that drive clicks more and more? Don't mistake this for what I'm saying right now as a media hit piece. It isn't, okay? I don't give the media the credit that many of you do, okay? Where you pretend or you play at the idea that you as the audience or a viewer, that you're a victim of circumstance. The media foists it upon you. Fake news. No. Just as true, you get what you ask for. And as we see the media diversify and stratify, we see you saying you want real news. No bias, please. But more often, who's growing the fastest? Those who are driving a specific agenda. We all make choices. But there is good news, my brothers and sisters. You can totally get what you want. The media will go long and strong on any story that you commit to following. Why have you gotten to watch fools like me stand in weather we're telling you to avoid? Because you'll watch. That's how committed we are to your consumption. I will stand in a storm and get calls from my now dearly departed father about, you went to law school for this? To stand in the rain, to tell people it's wet? But that's the job, is to be a proxy for your interests. You want the submarine? You get the submarine. For a moment, you wanted East Palestine, Ohio. But when you go, we go. So if you don't want it anymore, we can. I remember being in Iraq and wanting to talk about the war and getting bumped for some Michael Jackson thing back in the day. Why? That's the job. It's not as simple as you have to give them what they need to see. That's a BS arrogance that has no place in a business. In fact, the other night, there were real developments for folks in Ohio. But guess what? We talked about it on the show, and we did it in the context as, hey, you care about the sub. What about this tragedy? And guess what? It didn't rate. Now, I used East Palestine to make the same point that people were making this weekend about the migrants, okay? Why? Well, because I saw it then, and then some people saw it later. Does it mean that now, so we're bad? Chris is saying we're all bad. No. Listen, my career has been marked by extraordinary demonstrations of charity and humanity, especially in the worst of situations. I've seen the best of us. But I'm just saying this to you because, one, I want to expose the game, but also I want you to consider your choices. They matter, okay? Even if you watch outlets like NewsNation, just a little bit more, because we tend to expose the game more than merely play it, you have a huge momentum effect. The media is in no rush to write about NewsNation, okay? Nobody likes to talk about anybody doing anything well in this business. All right, it is the hate parade at its worst, but they have to, because NewsNation's growth is boffo. Why? Because there is an appetite. We're proof of concept that America wants news that doesn't corral them into groupthink. Now, there's another reason that certain stories don't resonate as they used to. You know, we get flooded with stories. It overwhelms. It makes us feel powerless to change it, depresses us. And actually seeing it happen can make us feel even worse. That's the real compassion fatigue. And we're in a culture that's increasingly about what's next, short, intense bursts of interest. You know, when Columbine happened, if any of you are old enough to remember living that tragedy, first real school shooting that took us sideways, we were there for weeks. Now, a school shooting would have to take out dozens. They'd have to be really young, and it would have to happen in a place that we want to care about for you to see me there at all. There was a time when I had been to 20 in a row. No more. Why? You got tired of it. The news tonight, including here, heavy on Russia. Why? It matters because we want to see bad things happen in Russia. It's new and novel to see Putin up against it. We're not used to that. He's usually in control of the narrative. But what's the reality? The reality is all those headlines you saw Friday into Saturday, they were hype. They were exaggerating circumstances and reality. The truth is, much of what we need to know to take a position on what it means for us, we don't know. And what is known does not play to the urgency that people wanted from the story over the weekend. We make choices. And yet tonight, we're going big on it. Why? Well, we have different reasons. I'm going big on it to prove that people going big on it are not doing you a favor. And you could say, well, you're trying to have it both ways. I'm not. I think the story matters. I just think it also matters that we're not trying to make stories, that we're just covering the stories. You understand? So, and I'll tell you another thing. Start looking at your dial and see who shows up in Ukraine. Why? First of all, it's a perfect time. People are going away with their families for the summer. A lot of people are going to Europe, and it's like a freebie. You get to stop off in Ukraine on your way to like Prague or somewhere, right? Because it's kind of technically work. But you'll see them in Kyiv, not on the front lines. Too dangerous. You don't care enough for them to risk people's lives. I'm telling you, it was hard for me to get people to want me to go to Ukraine here. But because you watched when I was there, there's a much better chance I get to go back. But you'll see them there now because we're talking Russia. And what they do there, we'll see. Hopefully they make the most of the opportunity. But just remember, the choices you make or validate matter. And this is really obvious in politics. People only cover the controversies that motivate their agenda. It has to be bad for somebody else. Negativity is not only a proxy for insight in journalism, but it's what motivates the game of our toxic two-party politics. No one wants to hear about the enemy doing well. You never hear about anything getting done in Congress, but they do plenty. Why? The premium is on misfortune and opposition. The right, for perfect example, the right is all about Hunter Biden. Why? Are they making it up? No. But they'd never ask the same things about Trump's kids. They're worried about President Biden for the exact same things that Democrats were worried about Trump, and the right ignored it. And now the left is ignoring the concerns about Biden. Why? Come on, you know why. It's a game. They're making choices, and the media makes choices about which side they want to advantage. And let's be honest, the media has it both ways. As long as you're covering the hate and the suck, people are going to watch because the negativity resonates. So you get one time it's a witch hunt, the other time it's a constitutional crisis. What's the difference? A choice of what matters and to whom. The analysis is easier in politics because it's all so ugly and obvious. But I got to say, it bothers me to hear politicians talk about a two-tier justice system when they really just mean the outcomes they do and don't like. That's what they mean by two-tiered. They like it when it's Biden, they don't like it when it's Trump, and vice versa. This bothers me, and you know why. Because we do have actual injustice and inequality all but baked into our systems that administer the law. And the same people who are saying they care about a two-tier justice system all but ignore the reality and blame people for getting caught up in the real two-tier justice system. And they do almost nothing to fix it. Choices. Picking winners and losers based on interest, self-interest, and preference. That's what is going on. And you have a lot more say with what and who you decide to watch. Again, I probably will be able to go back to Ukraine because you watched when I was there. I'm willing to make the commitment, and not just to stand in Kyiv. I'm going to go where the action is because you got to see where people are putting their lives on the line. And I'll do that if it matters to you because that's the job. I have no position on what's happening with our coverage, whether it's good or bad or right or wrong. I'm just telling you how it is, okay? The high priest of journalism will take this up. But remember, those cats, they very often criticize the rest of us, but they did the same thing when they were on the job. And that assumes that they were good enough to be in a position of prominence to guide news choices to begin with, and many of them weren't, okay? Now, I say this to you because you are who I report to and for. There are reasons for your discontent, and they're real. But you have a role in it as well. And my goal and the team here at NewsNation is to try to help you and us get to a better place with what I cover and how. Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.